Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilley's Landing Resort Marina, Lake Taneycomo. Going to do one cast today. It is Wednesday the 12th, I think. Sorry, pretty sure it's 12th. I'm up here at the dam. I wanted to face back this way because it's so pretty back here. The clouds and everything is nice. They're running. It's really been all over the place today, but right now it says it's running 2.5 units at 135 megawatts, 9100 CFS. And the one thing that I was, oh shoot, I lost my place here, hold on. Okay, got it. I guess fishing this morning was terrible. I heard from several guides that they're playing with the water. Water up and down and up and down, and not just like once an hour, but once every 15-20 minutes they'd run I don't know, 18 megawatts, and then bump it up to 40. That's pretty good. And so those fish, they move around a lot. When they, when the water starts coming up, they'll move. And when it starts to drop, they'll move. So if they're constantly moving, they're not going to feed. So, like I heard one guy had a trip for 3 hours. I'm not sure how many people, maybe 2. They only caught 1 fish. And that's tough. For a guide, that's not good. The trolling motor keeps going back and forth. Another reason I'm facing backwards. But I'm going to throw a jig. See if they bite. I haven't heard anything about this evening. There are only a few guys, a few people out. One of the guides right over here, and then Dave's down lower. The other thing I was going to mention is water temp the other day was 50, maybe a little bit over 50. Today it's almost 51. It's just under 51 degrees, so that water's starting to warm up just a tad, and the more they run it, the less cold water is in Table Rock, and it's going to start going up, which is normal, but we like our cold water. Hopefully it's not going to get too much over 55 this fall, but we'll see. Every year is different. The verse of today, subject fear of the Lord, Proverbs 19:23. The fear of the Lord leads to life, and he who has it will abide in satisfaction. He will not be visited with evil. Seek the fear of the Lord. Find out what that is. I don't know, it's mentioned in the Bible 100 times or something like that. Okay, let's fish. I've got a 1/25 ounce no, I'm sorry, a 1/16 ounce olive jig with brown head, 2-pound line. And I'm going to throw this until we get down probably below the big hole. And then I'm going to go to a 25th ounce, a little bit lighter. The water is faster up here. I like to use a little heavier jig. I haven't thrown a jig. I haven't fished in several days. Would have liked to catch one on the first cast, but didn't. I have an oxygen meter, measure the dissolved oxygen in the water. I have not gotten it out yet. I probably need to get it out just to see what the oxygen is doing in the water. I'm pretty confident it's good, but I'm still curious to know what it is. Might be just a long one cast of throwing a jig and not catching. I might go to that 25th ounce a little quicker than I thought. So this has happened a couple times. I've come out here, I throw a 16th and I don't really good. And then I go to a 25th ounce, which is of course lighter. I'll work it slower, and do a little better. And I think it's a combination of the weight and the smaller profile. Maybe, I don't know. This is a Sculpin Ginger. I'm on the flat now, so not real deep. Nice when it works. I got a net. It's a pretty good fish. Ooh, he about got my trolling motor. Spider. Haha. It's fish food now. Okay, not bad. I don't like hanging that mic over the water. Okay. Really trying to keep it as close to the bottom as I can, and you just kind of do that by feel, I guess. Let it sink, work it slow. If you do this a lot, you can kind of feel the pressure when you jig it. You can feel if it's got a lot of pressure, you know it's down deep. If it doesn't have a lot of pressure when you pull it up, you know you're not quite as deep. So if you feel like, you know, just let it sink a little longer if you feel like you're not down there. Of course, you got to know about how deep the water is. And then current. Current plays a big part, especially if you're using a real light jig like this. The more current there is, the harder that jig doesn't sink quite as fast. Kind of gets caught up in the current. I'm trying to watch the line. It's pretty deceiving. The jig that's this small, it looks like the line goes slack a lot, but of course it's not a fish. It just, that jig just doesn't want to sink that fast. I think that's the Branson Bell. Of course, your line size is going to make a big difference too. 4 pounds can take longer for that thing to sink. 2 pound, it's going to sink a little faster. It's just because of the drag on the water. Come on, fish. got lucky. Oh, I got lucky. I might not have him very good. Those guys are working the very upper part up there. Well, I guess it's about the same size fish, maybe a little bigger. Definitely prettier. Wow. I get nervous with this thing. I don't know if I can get my hands around this one. I'm trying not to hold them up by the jaw. Okay. Yeah, he's a little bigger and a whole lot prettier. Big as a male. Cool. How about if I just do this? God, it makes me nervous. So I just put it right there. Maybe you can hear me. Got somebody parked on the boat ramp. Can't go down there and turn around. So I'm gonna throw on a 16th ounce when I get down here. Trophy run. I think. Maybe not. One more cast, and I'm going to switch to heavier jig. Put this back on. And I'm going to switch sides. It's pretty sense up. Okay. Faster water. And soon to be quite a bit deeper too. So that's why I put a 16th ounce on. Even a 16th ounce is pretty light for this fast, deep water. So I'm just barely reeling and just kind of working it. Feel like it's close to the bottom. Tend to lose a lot of jigs in this area. It's not gravel bottom through here, it's bedrock. It holds a lot of fish. I can see it bouncing the bottom a little bit. This is the area below that little gravel point. This is where I like to, it's not real deep, but it seems like there's a lot of fish in here. I think a lot of fish will hold in here when they run water like 24 hours a day, but when it's off at night for 8 or 10 hours, I don't think they move in and out of here as much. So think I'm just gonna go on down. I moved over into the deep side channel coming through here. That's Lookout Island. Big deep hole. Ah, wish I picked up a fish through there. Okay, I think I'm gonna go to the bank, finish out. getting later, and it's 8 o'clock, so the sun is just setting. It is starting to get foggy. I'm only going to fish a couple more minutes. Oh, that was either a fish or a stick. That was a stick. I'd like to pick up one more. I'm either going to catch fish or get snagged, probably. Still not seeing any surface action, any text along the bank. Okay. up. There's some fish that are eating off the surface. Not as many as the other day, but they're right in there on the seam. Okay, I gotta say it, one more cast. I like this bank, I like the water and everything, but we're running out of daylight. I gotta throw again. This looks too good. I don't think I got down very good on that one. There you go. I can see the midges on the surface drying their wings. Not sure why trout aren't feeding on them. They're pretty good sized midges too. One more. Okay. It's good to be back on the water. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.